Coach, congratulations on the win. What was it like hearing the crowd erupt when Chelsea Gray's name was called and she was put back on the board?
Felt like my heart. I think everybody was just super excited for her. Yeah, she's the leader of her team, you know. Yeah, and I thought she did wonderful too. So
Becky, too, if possible. Obviously, you come in here at the end of every game, and I think the focal point has been defense for the past 5 or 6. I think 3 combined points in that first half for Jewel and Skylar. Kind of, what did you see from your group defensively on the perimeter?
just locked in, better physicality, better pickup points. You could tell it was a priority for them. There was a sense of urgency, and that's what we need. Really starts with that pressure up top. Well, it's not like you're trying to zigzag them, but they don't just get to come down to the 3-point line and then start running offense. They got to run it a little higher.
And then second one for me, again, not just talking about Chelsea today, but beginning kind of last game and kind of previous game before that, you've made small tweaks to the rotation. When you're making these changes to the rotation, are you looking for a change to kind of appear in the stat sheet? Are you looking for an energy feel, or is it just a certain energy, or is it a certain feeling that you and that coach staff are looking for?
You talking about overall, just with something, or why I changed the starting lineup, or
changes in the rotation as a whole? Some people have fallen out of rotations. Some people are first off the bench now.
Yeah, a lot of it is just by feel, whatever, like we had intended on taking Jackie out probably a little earlier today, but she was cooking, so we took KB out. You can call audible changes, maybe you go in with one plan and then something else happens and you go to plan B or whatever. I think the biggest thing is just we're starting to get, Chelsea's, just her presence is such a calming factor out there. She gets us some layups, gets us some point paints, and I can draw stuff that I know if there's even a threat of an opening, she's going to get it to them. So it's a real luxury to have her on the court. But I thought, obviously, Jackie's scoring the ball, but I thought Plum's overall game with her defense and the way she distributed the ball, just a really, really clean floor game on both ends for her. Obviously, Asia got cooking a little bit late. But you shoot better when you take open shots. So we had some good looks tonight.
Coach, what was different for you guys in that fourth quarter for Asia Wilson to go on that run?
I don't know. I wasn't overall thrilled. I was so mad about the turnovers and the silly stuff, but just getting Asia in space. We drew a couple ATOs for her just to see if she could, start turning the corner, and she did. She's really tough when she comes out of that right corner because she gets her dominant hand. And her ball handling has just, continued to get better and better. She's just making the right choice. People are getting, slapping her. She's just been really strong with it. Sometimes she goes up with them on her. She just finishes through contact. So, yeah, I mean, at some point, stuff is going to break open. So you just keep pounding the ball and playing the right way and making sure we're getting good looks with our ball movement and body movement.
Becky, 2 straight wins tonight over one of the best teams in the WNBA. What does this do for your team from a standpoint of going into Friday against another one of the top teams in this league?
2 straight wins. Overseas. What?
No, just last week. 2 wins for you guys, and you're going into a game against one of the better teams on Friday.
I mean, we're just worried about us right now. We have our own plate. We're still trying to separate the food on. But, Connecticut is a team we know is going to come in here. Connecticut's going to make you beat them. They're never going to beat themselves. That's why they're so good, is they're just solid in what they do. Their identity is very sturdy in who they are, how they want to play. And so for us, it's just next team up. We got to start rolling off some wins here. We got to take care of this last game at home. And, move on. This is a nice win, but we gotta move on. The games keep coming fast and furious.
So at practice, you said you were gonna evaluate Chelsea on the fly, kind of see where you go from there. What is your overall evaluation? I know you said you were thrilled with how she played tonight, but is that minute count gonna go up right away, or is it still just easing in?
She's really not, I mean, like I said, we have a general idea, but I probably ran her at a little longer than I thought I would, but she looks fine, so I let her go. The original stint was like 2 to 3 minutes. I think she was out there for 4 or 5 a couple times, so I'm good with that. As long as she feels good. I will be talking with her very shortly to see how she feels right now. See if she has any soreness or anything like that. We just want to make sure we don't put her in a bad spot. We want to make sure she's as healthy as possible.
Anyone else in the room? All right, we will go to Zoom for 2. Jordan, go ahead, and then Kevin.
Hey Becky, congrats on the win. I wanted to ask about Tiffany. She got the start tonight. Just tell me what you liked seeing from her on both ends of the floor.
No, man, I like her speed for sure. Her ability to get downhill. She gives us another gear. You put KP, Jackie, and her out on that perimeter, all of a sudden we get really fast. So she's still learning our stuff, but the idea was just to help get KP and Jackie off the ball just a tiny bit more so they can get it on the second and third side. We know she's a 3-level scorer. Just like her energy, her juice, she always plays hard. So I thought she did a really nice job. It's really solid for us tonight. And then, once we get fully healthy, all of a sudden we start building a pretty good bench. It kind of gets everybody back to their normal spot with, the appropriate minutes spread out, and we can go play.
Thank you.
Kevin.
Coach Kevin with Fuel Sports Network. 2 questions for you. We've seen how well Chelsea got back into the lineup, and we've seen the difference in the team. When can we expect KB back in the lineup, knowing that her defensive presence is huge for this team? And secondly, what do you feel that Jessica Carter is going to bring to this team aside from her height?
I mean, for KB, we're just trying to get her back healthy. She's a little ways off. She hasn't done any practices yet, so when she gets back in the flow of things, we'll see where she's at. But it certainly adds another wing with size. One thing that KB has always done ever since she's been here has been a really good cutter for us. So we miss some of that cutting. Jessica was just about adding some size at the level of physicality that we have. The teams that have traditionally given us a little bit of problems was Dallas with those bigs, and then obviously JJ's a handful. So we just wanted to get bigger, more physical backcourt.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations on the.
Actually, sorry, Nikias, I just saw your hand go up. Do we have time for Nikias?
I was out 10 minutes for the guys.
Close us out.
All right, thank you, Coach. Just in terms of Chelsea's usage, it was a mix of pick and roll, but it felt like a lot of work was her as like an elbow hub and things like that. Was that just a matter of working her into the offense more slowly versus giving her the higher on ball usage, or what was kind of the thinking there?
It was just putting her in a spot where I could use her eyes. I didn't need her feet doing a lot. Putting her in that spot. She's deadly from mid-range. So I just wanted to get her the ball at the elbow area with good real estate and then just let her make reads. Similar to what we were trying to do with Candace a lot of times last year, just a bigger point guard, putting our best passers, and then letting them make reads off of pistol action or whatever. But I thought it would be less work for her there than trying to break people down off pick and roll the whole time, which she can do, obviously, but I was trying to make her workload a little bit less. But thank you for noticing that, Nikias. Appreciate that.
No problem.
All right, thank you, Becky.
Thanks.
Right there.
Before we get started with Chelsea, great tomorrow. No official practice. We'll be doing some. So get us up if you need to come in.
If you want to watch film. Y'all want to watch film? All right.
Let's go. Watch film. Run the highlights.
Right.
Right here in the middle.
Chelsea, congratulations on not only the win, but your season debut. What did it feel like hearing the crowd absolutely erupt when you got onto the floor for the first time?
A little emotional, excitement. I was anxious all day. I was telling my wife, she was like, "You all right?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm good." Just a lot of emotion. Just it's been a long time since I've been out on that court, but the fans, they were amazing. From the time I came out to warm up to the time I checked into the game. So it was great, man. I just like a rush and a feeling that I missed a lot.
Chelsea, what different edge did you see defensively tonight from your team?
Just engaged at the point of attack, like from the guards to the posts. Everybody was very physical, communicating. Everybody was just locked in. Like if we defend, we're really, really hard to beat. So it starts on that end of the floor, and we can just go in transition in our secondary action. So it started off with our guards, really picking up the basketball and being physical on screens. Then our posts being up, and we were covering for each other as well, and our rotations felt good. So that's the feeling that I had out there tonight.
Chelsea, a couple of games ago, Jackie talked a little bit about kind of still finding her comfort level in her new role while you were out. Tonight, another 30-point game for her. Did you sense a different feeling from Jackie coming into this one?
That girl is so good. I ain't sensing nothing. Every time I get on the floor, I think she's gonna do amazing things. So it's not that I sense something different. It was great to be able to pass her the basketball this time and be out there on the floor and see her get, that 32 and be out there with her. But that girl good.
Chelsea, we were just talking with Coach and she said, I'm going to check in with Chelsea to see how she's feeling. How are you feeling?
I'm good. Good to go.
Gonna jump to Zoom for a couple. Matthew, go ahead.
Hey, Chelsea. Congrats on coming back to the floor. I know it was a different injury going into your rookie year, but how was your recovery and coming back to playing different the second time around, coming off a major injury than your rookie year? Obviously, you're a lot more experienced in the league, but what was the process like different, and did it feel different coming back onto the floor this time than it did that first time you got on the floor in Connecticut?
I think the resources and the access that I have with the training staff and the organization that I'm a part of, just the resources that I'm able to have at my disposal. And whenever I wanted to come in, somebody's there right with me. Jerica was there every single day. She seen me cry, she seen me upset, laugh, smile every single day. And so she had my back from the start. So I guess that's the biggest difference, is just the support that I had with this franchise and just everybody being locked in. It didn't matter if I was playing too. Like my teammates always kept me engaged, asking me questions, and I'm saying things in timeouts and during halftime. So I felt locked in, and I felt like I was out there. Like there really wasn't a difference to me with the communication, the eyes, and the confidence that everybody played with. So this franchise just supported me throughout the whole thing.
Willie?
Hey, Chels, two-parter. You mentioned on the post-game broadcast that there were a lot of tears leading up to this. Did that stem from frustration, watching the team struggle? Was there a fear of maybe a longer time to come back? And the second part, media day, you and I talked, and you talked about the difference now in having a son, in that when you got home, it made things a lot easier no matter what was taking place at work.
Yeah. Well, first part, it was all of the above. Like when you're such a competitor and you want to be with your teammates, and just like you have to stay patient and mentally locked in. You go through ups and downs a little bit. So it's been tears, it's been happy tears, it's been sad, it's been frustration. But it's all part of the process, right? And you get back and you're better for it.
And then, yeah, my little man was there today. So that was pretty cool. I looked at my wife and I just winked at her and she was just really happy to see me back out there on the floor. And he didn't know what was going on and he was asleep the whole time, but he was there. And my parents, they were great too. I'm sure you guys have came into contact with them as well.
Nikai, you're up next.
Yeah. Hi, Chelsea. Welcome back.
Thank you.
It looked like it was a lot of usage for you at the elbow, just kind of being used as a hub. When you're in those positions, what kind of windows or what kind of tails are you looking for in those spots?
Just getting people in their spots, right? Asia coming in and coming by that free throw line area, maybe she can go downhill left. We have quick guards being able to cut back doors, set good screens, and then we have awesome shooters. And so it's kind of like pick your poison and just being able to pass from that angle. There she go. This girl good right here. I'll talk about you. That she real good. Come on, you can come on over. Let me scoot over. But yeah, just picking my spots. You know, I'm passing to really great targets. So they're gonna make themselves available. They'll know I'll get them the rock as soon as possible.
Thank you.
What are you doing? You're in over.
We'll jump to Jose and then we'll go back to questions in the room.
Now I got it.
Chelsea, my question for you is being out 12 games, sitting there on the sideline every single night, watching this team play. What is the biggest thing you would say you learned about your squad that you didn't already know?
People are really adaptable. It's next player up. You know, you have people like Jackie and KP going at the one a little bit more than they're normally like used to, playing out of position a little bit and trying to be successful for the team and for themselves. Then you also have people coming off the bench. Kate Martin coming in as a rookie doing great things. Sydney Colson coming in and being huge for us. Like everybody's coming in and just locked in and taking, you know, seizing the moment a little bit, I think is the big thing that I would say, and just enjoying each other. Like we still love to be around each other, and goofy is I don't know what. So just being around each other and being happy for other people's success.
Thank you. Best of luck for the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Jackie, Danetta Coleman, No Plays on Sports Talk. We saw you guys, there was a lot of excitement, kind of, you all felt like we saw smiles early off in the game. Did you guys kind of feel like it was old Aces basketball today early on, like you were getting back to yourself of Aces basketball, what you're used to?
Yeah, I think just trying to go out there and put together, you know, a full 40 minutes and just having fun with it. You know, we were excited to have Chelsea back, get back to, you know, kind of our normal flow. But yeah, I think when we go out there and have fun, that's when we're at our best.
Yeah, Jackie, kind of an expansion on that. Obviously, you put up 90+ points against one of the better defensive teams in the W tonight. What does it mean to have your teammate right there next to you, back on the court with you guys for a full-time run, and from an offensive standpoint for you guys?
No, it feels great having her back. We definitely missed her. And, you know, I mean, she had been kind of like a coach for us on the sideline. She sees a lot of things that we don't see, you know, and so even though she wasn't out there on the court with us for a few games, she was still very, you know, active with us and helping me, especially when I was playing the one a lot. But, you know, having her back, it's great, you know. It's yeah, it feels good. Feels good having her back out there.
All right, we're gonna jump to Rafiq.
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports. So welcome back, Chelsea Gray.
Thank you.
I gotta ask you, that whole feeling that you get, you finally able to get back on the court for the first time since last year's finals. Like once again, I know you already asked this, but how can you describe the whole feeling of being back on the court after this whole time recovering from an injury?
Blessed, having fun with it, excited, anxious. Like I probably went through every emotion leading up to today. So just excited to be back there in front of these fans. Like they cheered their butts off tonight when I checked into the game. So that was amazing. And just doing it with my teammates and being back out there with them.
And a follow-up question, describe the whole feeling of being able to pull off that pass to Jackie Young in your first play back on the court.
That was around a bit. The around the back? What you talking about?
The pass that you made, the first pass you made, behind the back pass to Jackie Young, like in the first quarter?
Yeah, I told her she should have laid it up.
Oh no, the help side came over. Saw somebody out the corner.
They knew that what was coming. It just like I do it in practice. As soon as she got there, I knew she was about to back cut.
Appreciate the insight. Good luck.
Two more questions from Zoom. Kevin and then Jordan. Quickly, please.
This is for Chelsea. Kevin with Fuel Sports Network. Chelsea, you talk about how you feel great and it was good to be back on the court. We noticed that coach eased you back into the game with your minutes. When do you feel you'll be back at full strength and fully in the lineup as a starter once again?
I have no idea. I'm just taking it day by day, and I'm just happy to be able to put on that uniform and get to the floor. So I mean, there's not a strict timeline of what this looks like. We're just gonna listen to my body a little bit and just take it day by day kind of thing.
And Jordan?
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey ladies, congrats on the win and glad to see you back on the court, Chelsea. So obviously you've had some time to sit and watch your teammates play before you get back on the court. Just talk about what you've liked seeing from Kate Martin so far this season.
Man, Kate be hooping. She does all the hustle plays. She works so hard. I love having her in the locker room. She's a joy to be around. She's always ready. She's locked in. She knows the scout. She knows the plays. Like she's locked in from the beginning. And so we're very confident when she gets out there on the floor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yep.